Welcome, welcome. I'm seeing a lot of smiling faces. I got a lot of people. Hi, Lorna. I see you out there. Welcome, everybody. Aaron, I see you out there. Melody, I see you with the young one. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Tuesday night Rockstar training call. First off, I got a couple rules here. I mean, not a lot of rules, but just a couple rules. Number one, let's have our cameras on, right? Like that's number one. We want to make sure we have our cameras on and make sure that we're tuned in because guys, I'm telling you guys, you got a special treat in store for you tonight. It's going to be awesome. Like I'm super excited for you guys to see the lineup of trainers that we have tonight. And secondly, the only rule is let's have some fun, right? Like, we all get in the business to have a little fun. So I know some of you guys are seeing this for the very first time. I'm gonna let a few more people come in. People are piling on right now. So I'm letting people, join the room and kind of get settled in. For those of you that just joined in, make sure you turn your cameras on. Let's be present, be in the moment. We got a phenomenal training set up tonight. I can't wait for you guys to see this. What I'm gonna do is play a quick 2-minute video to show you guys, for the people that haven't seen this before, to kind of show you a little bit about what we do, who we are. And after that, I'm going to introduce myself. We're going to go through a quick presentation about the company. And from that point, you got a lineup who's going to show you how to get customers. We're going to teach you how to build a team and how to really grow a really, really big business in a really big way, really fast. So if you're on here tonight, special treat. Can't wait for you guys to see what's in store tonight. So if you guys would, once you can see and hear my video, if you would just give me a thumbs up. This is the hardest part of the business. So as long as you can get this part down, we're all good. So just give me a thumbs up once you can hear it.
Right now, someone is watching TV, shopping online, sharing on social media, scrolling a news feed, cooking, turning on lights, texting, paying with a credit card, and someone is definitely making a phone call. Now, imagine earning income through your very own business every time a customer pays a bill for services they're already using anyway. With ACN, you can. With a 27-year track record of success, ACN is the largest direct seller of telecommunications, energy, and essential services in the world. Today, we operate in 27 countries and have offices throughout North America, Europe, Latin America, Asia, and the Pacific. We're constantly evolving our portfolio of products to stay ahead of what millions of consumers and businesses need and use every day. Now, ACN has added identity theft protection through ID Seal to its suite of essential services. Thanks to ACN's innovative mindset, we're just getting started, and the world is taking notice. Inc. magazine also recently recognized ACN as a private titan, a designation reserved for the largest and most iconic privately held companies in the world. This is your opportunity to establish your very own ACN business, offering the essential services that people and businesses already use every day, and an opportunity to get paid every time they pay a bill for these services. It's your life. Imagine earning an income on your own terms. That's what ACN is all about, and now you can be a part of it.
Now, guys, I literally saw that same exact video that you guys just saw 2 years ago. And it's crazy for me to be saying that now. Like, I can't believe it's actually been that long, right? But just so you guys know who I am and we're not complete strangers, my name's Monty Epps. I'm a realtor out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I'm in logistics. So I've been in corporate America for the last 15 years, 16 years actually now this month, which is extremely crazy. But one of the things that I realized was that working, 50, 60 hours a week and only getting paid 40, I couldn't make any more money, right? So I was like, what else can I do? My real estate mentor actually introduced this to me 2 years ago. And for me, it just kind of made sense on a completely basic level because everybody I knew used these services and I didn't have to convince anybody to use anything, right? So that's why I got excited. But I was curious, who is ACN and what are they about, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to evaluate the company together for just a few minutes. So tell you a little bit about the company. The company is called ACN, right? We're a customer acquisition company. Started in January of '93. We're in 27 countries, 5 continents. Have done $4 billion in sales over the last 5 years with millions of customers already acquired. Now, one of the things that stood out for me is in the on the bottom left hand corner here with the Better Business Bureau. We got an A+ rating, right? So for me, if I was going to partner up with anybody, I wanted to make sure that they were reputable, right? Now, what it is and what we offer is simple. It's essential residential and business services. So if you are like me and you know probably cheated in school, you probably skipped ahead and looked in this blue box already, right? So you probably recognize a couple of logos, may even pay a couple of bills with some of them. We literally market all these services under one umbrella. Experts call us to Amazon for services. If you can order anything off Amazon, you can order these services. But we literally market services such as wireless with T-Mobile, AT&T, high-speed internet with Spectrum, Frontier, AT&T. You can bundle these services up with television with AT&T TV, DirecTV, Dish, energy, gas through a company called Zoom, home security, business security through Smart Home Protector Vivint, payment processing for businesses through a company called Sphere, and last but not least, identity theft protection through a company called ID Seal. Now, the great thing about this is conveniency. You know, people love convenience of being able to go to one link, one website, being able to, you know, set up their services. But the great part about it is that people can also save money on their bills that they're going to pay month after month, year after year for the rest of their lives, right? And people always ask me, well, Monty, how is that possible? Like, how are they going to be able to save money? Well, it's simple. It's our business model. Here, there's no media, internet marketing, no advertising, no TV commercials, no airplanes flying over. Literally, it's direct to customer. You know, the reason is because of you, because of people like ourselves, right? Because these companies don't spend millions of dollars in marketing, they give a savings back to a customer. Customer pays a bill every month like they always do. And because of that, ACN decides that, you know what, you can get a piece of that as well. All they do is go through your personalized website, which is set up by ACN. Now, to get started in the business, it is a 1099 business. So you can literally get started with a one-time cost of $199 with a $25 monthly support fee. Now, when I saw that, I got super excited. And the reason why is because for me, that was a low startup cost, right? Like I spent more on a pair of Jordans, right? Like I spent more on a used iPhone. So for me, the $199, you know, wasn't a lot, but I knew that my MasterCard had it, right? Like I knew I could put it on there and I knew I had 30 days. Like that was where I was at, right? But it's a one-time cost of $199 with a $25 monthly support fee. Now, what that gets you, it gets you your own personalized website. So it can be, you know, your first and last name, but it's catered to you with your picture, your email, your phone number. So people know that they're ordering services from your website, but literally ACN handles everything in business that you and I don't want to do, nor do we have the time to do. They're going to handle all the marketing tools. They're going to handle all the business tracking and reporting, all the customer support. So as an example, a client, you know, a customer signs up for AT&T, they still pay their bill to AT&T. If they have any issues, they contact AT&T. Like we're literally the middle people. All we do is show people two things. We show people how they can save money, how they can make money. And for doing that, we actually get paid here. Now, I know that 95% of you joined on here to see how do we get paid, right? Like we actually get paid 4 different ways here. Now, remember, my background was get paid one way. Here, we can get paid 4 different ways. First way is personal customer bonuses. So once you refer 3 services, $75. And when you see these and you hear services, I want you to think about these as bills, not people, right? So 3 services gets you $75. 5 services, $200, plus $200 for every 3 additional services, right? So as an example, 8 services gets you $400, 11 services gets you $600. So the beautiful part about this, you can actually become your own customer. So literally I partnered up within the first 24 hours, I signed over 8 of my own bills in my own household. I got a $400 bonus. So I was excited, right? Not only did I save a few bucks on my bills each month, but I also got a $400 bonus. But for you guys, I want you to, on the minimum, I just want you to focus on 5. So just look at the number 5. 5 services gets you $200. You've literally already made your money back, and you can do that in your first 24 hours of business. I don't know how many of you guys know any businesses that you can go out, start it up, and within the first 24 hours, you can be in the profit within 24 hours. But I didn't know of any, right? But that wasn't the part that really got me excited. The part that got me really excited was the second way we make money, the personal residual income. Now, for me, I was an investor, right? So the only part I knew about residual income was buy a home, fix it up, rent it out, hope and pray that my tenants pay rent every month. That was my idea of residual income, right? But here, ACN literally pays you 3 to 20% month after month, year after year, just for helping people save money on their bills, on bills that they're going to pay anyways. So this is what I call mailbox money. Do the work one time, get paid for it for the life of the customer. Now, how exciting is that? Now, I'm looking at a business that I'll be able to hand down to my kids because to my knowledge, we won't stop paying bills up until that point, right? Like she's only 3 and she's a bill in her, in her own. But literally every single month, every 30 days, guess what everybody does? They pay a bill. And you don't have to call them up and say, hey, mom and dad, would you like a little more electricity? So literally I made some friends, some coworkers, and people I've done real estate deals with, customers. 2 years later, they're still paying a bill every month. And for that, my family's excited, right? They're excited because they save money, but my family's excited because we get a residual back on that every month. Now, the third way we actually make money here is the part that I kind of started getting a little more excited about, right? It's the part we call overriding customer acquisition bonuses. So as people join your team, and we have trainers tonight that are going to show you how to get people on your team. You're going to learn from the best in the business on how to do that. So as people, they're going to tell you exactly what to say. But as people join your team, you get a bonus from $50 up to $300 just for people joining your team. But that's not all of it. As people join your team, you literally get 4% back on everything that your team does, as well as residual income. So you get bonuses for your personal website and residual on the back end. You get bonuses upfront as you acquire business partners. That's other people that want to do the business. So people that are in real estate, people that are business owners, people that have done something like this before. We're literally going to tell you exactly what to say to them, introduce them to a call like this or a call that your team hosts, and somebody else is going to do the presentation for you. We're literally going to do all the work for you. And because of that, you're going to get paid a residual income month after month, year after year. Now, I got a couple of guys that have had a lot of success here within the business. They've been around, a short amount of time here, but they've been phenomenal in what they're doing. Now, the first person I want to bring up, I literally met this guy in January, and here it is. I mean, we're not even a year apart, and he's like a brother to me. You know what I mean? Like that's literally, where we're at. He just had a newborn son, so he's in daddy mode, but it's been a complete honor to be able to meet him because he always cares about every single person that comes across him. And that's one of the most important keys about what we do here. But with that, I would like for Matt Middlestad. Matt, are you on the call, my man?
Hey, Monty, I am, brother. Thanks so much for having me on this evening. And yes, you are my brother from another mother. So anyways, listen, guys, I took a look at this, like Monty said, back in January. I'm nobody special. I'm a real estate agent, been in the business about 17 years. And when I looked at this, I honestly said, hey, I asked him, I said, what does ACN stand for? And he said, a complete no-brainer. And it's stuck with me ever since. So anyway, since I started, I've acquired over 143 business partners, about 700 customers that I get paid on. And really, and completely honest, this is all due to the training and support of the Rockstar team on who you're going to be seeing this evening. So thanks so much, Monty, for having me.
Absolutely. Congratulations on the baby boy again, Matt. And
thanks.
The next individual I want to bring up is a true servant leader, always leads from the front. We like to call him Mr. Excitement because he's always excited, right? He's literally knocking on the door of regional vice president, and nobody deserves it any more than he does, because this guy right here will do a Zoom for you no matter where he is. Like, he doesn't care where he's at. He's going to do it. He is for his team 1000%. Even people that aren't on his team, like myself, look up to this individual because of things that he's done. And with that, I'd like to introduce you guys to Michael Larry. Michael Larry, if you would, tell him how it's been for you, sir.
Yeah, I'm fired up to be here. Monty, I appreciate everything that you're doing for the team. You're a great presentation. Makes me want to just sign up all over again. Guys, my name's Mike Eric, nobody special, real estate agent in New York and Florida. And this is what I realized. Every time I sold a home, I never got paid again. And I said, you know what? Got to keep my options open. I'm making money. So I don't want to go to get a job. Today, I got over 693 business partners, over 3,700 plus customers that are paying their bill each month. And this is the best part. It's all due to the training you're going to get right here with the top leaders. You got the best of the best that's going to train you tonight. I don't know if you know that this is your lucky night, but it is, because you're going to have Harsh and you're going to have Senior Vice President Mike Mesa train you. So it's so good. We're recording it. But calls back to you, Monty.
Absolutely, Michael. I appreciate you as always. Congratulations to everything that you and your team have done. Can't wait to promote you regional vice president, because I know that you deserve it. And I know that it's going to happen you really, really quick. But guys, for the people that have seen this for the very first time, get with the person that brought you onto the call and tell them, hey, look, I don't even know what you guys are doing, but I'm ready to get started. All right. Like, I don't even know what's going on. I have no idea how to do any of this, but I'm ready to get started. So literally go ahead and get started for all the new people. For everybody that's been with us, like I said, you want to lock your doors. You want to focus in, because the next person that I'm about to bring up is actually a mentor of mine, right? Like, he's literally my mentor. And I met him 2 years ago. He's younger than I am, but he's been in the business longer than me. So I call him my younger, older brother, if that makes sense to you guys. Like, I want to knock him out half the time, but yet he teaches me exactly what to do. Like, some of you guys can probably relate to that a little bit. Like, you want to choke him half the time, but you're like, you know what? You're telling me the truth. But he's been a complete servant leader, one of the best in the business, hit a very top position, really, really fast in the company at a really, really young age, and is just killing the game. Super excited for you guys to be trained by him. And there's nobody other than Harsh Patel. Harsh, calls all yours, my man. You got 89 other people that are super excited about learning about customers just from you.
Well, I appreciate you, Monty. Great job on the presentation. Didn't Monty do a phenomenal job just presenting at the opportunity here today for the people that have seen it before? So I just want to say congratulations, my man. And I'm just can't wait to see, what you're doing. Monty's about to actually put in his 2 weeks at his job probably this week. So he's actually going ACN full time. So I'm excited about that, my man. So congratulations to you and what you're about to do, brother. And that's what 2 years can do in a very small period of time. Kind of get you away from a 15-year job he had, because he's done, followed a simple system that he's literally had here today. So I just want to say congratulations, buddy, and just excited for what you're about to do. But guys, he said a lot of kind of words. My name is Harsh. I took a look at this actually 7 years ago. So for the people that don't know, 7 years ago, I can't even believe I'm saying that. But I was a bank teller. Everybody go to the bank and, cash your checks and deposit checks and get some cash withdrawals out, right? That's the guy. I was the guy behind the glass. Right. I was a guy that was behind the glass, cashing people's checks and looking at what other people's doing. And a customer of the bank asked me a simple question, Harsh, do you look at all the ways of making money? I said, yeah, what do you got? And obviously showed me the opportunity that you guys just took a look at here today. And I got really, really excited about it. In my first month, I got 2 promotions in my first month, got excited about that. And then 7.5 months later, actually was able to, not work at the bank no more and started doing this. And it's just been a complete blessing to me and my family. So my job here today is to go into the training portion of the evening today. Is very, very simple, is how to acquire customers and build a residual income, right? At the end of the day, every single one of us on this call here is here to build residual. And what I liked about this business is no overhead, no liability, no fixed cost. But more importantly, it's crazy how you can literally, do something here by following this simple system that we're about to teach you. And just like Monty, follow a simple system. And you heard from the rest of the people like Matt and everybody else that spoke here today, literally are having the success that they're having. So what I'm going to do here real quick is going to go into customer acquisition. So let's get the training part started. Customer acquisition. There we go. So the whole goal at the end of the day is to make sure we start making money today, right? We don't want to make money tomorrow. We don't want to make the money the day after, meaning we want to start making money today, right? And so my whole job today is to show you how you can literally make money today. So the first thing you want to do is get paid and promoted, right? And you're going to hear me say the word CQ, which is customer qualified. If you're taking notes, I want you to write down customer qualified. And here's what I want you to write down. I will get customer qualified today, because here's a 24-hour goal. For the people that partnered up with us today or in the last handful of days, our job with you is to literally get customer qualified, because it gets you paid and promoted. And here's what happens. Customer qualified puts you in the position to make money in the marketing plan. So at the end of the day, customer qualified, it also once you hit that position, you will never miss any bonuses. So at least at the end of the day, if you're CQ or a customer qualified, that's where the money starts, right? So What's customer qualified and how do you do it is very simple. It's a position that makes you money. So it's 3 services, 7 points. If you're taking notes, again, you got to get qualified today. It's 3 services, 7 points, or 2 services and 12 points. And this is what qualifies you for your first check. So here's all you got to do: 3 services, 7 points, or 2 services and 12 points. Now, I'm going to talk about points here in a bit, but it's that simple to earn your first bonus, right? Or get your first direct deposit, like to call it, right? Now, where do you get your customers? It's pretty simple. So the next speaker is talking about having Zoom presentation. Anybody that pretty much says you no to the opportunity, says no to you and says, hey, this is not for me, all you got to really say is, okay, no problem. Can you do me a favor and try my services? And the no's can become your customer. Also, the people that you do business with, meaning your doctor. You mean, obviously you do business with your doctor, when you go to a doctor visit, it's a person that does your hair, your barber. I mean, people that you already do business with, place that you buy flowers, it don't matter, right? So anybody that you do business with, your accountant, your lawyer, anybody that you do business with, they can be your customer. So start writing down some people, your local 7-Eleven place, anybody that's an owner. I mean, don't matter who it is, meaning every single person could literally, anybody that you do business with, they should be doing business with you. So that's one source of a customer as well. And pretty much friends and family. And here's what I say when you talk to friends and family, use our little saying, if you could do me a huge favor, it's called favor, why, help, try, meaning it's very simple. Can you do me a huge favor? I just started a business. Can you try out one of my services? Meaning, can you help me out? Right. So use that little script. It will help you, talk to your friends and family, make it more comfortable. And last but not least, yourself. Does it not only make sense to switch over your own services and get paid on your own services? Meaning the first thing I did was I became my own customer. They said, okay, listen, if I switch over a few services, not only can I save money, but I can make money on my own bills. So right there, the first thing I did was became my own customers, and I became a customer of multiple different services, because if I was going to pay these bills, I might as well get paid on them. Right. So at the end of the day, that's what helped me get customer qualified. So one of the biggest things I did right out of the gate was I called my mentor up. I said, hey, I want to switch over my electric, my gas, my TV, all these different services. And pretty much with my services and a handful of people, I got qualified myself. But here's what also happens. Once you start acquiring customers, you start thinking like a business owner, meaning when you start inputting the customers in the system, when the first thing you're doing is training yourself. Could you agree? When you start acquiring customers and by you becoming your own customer, you're training yourself, meaning it's an easier conversation to be had. Yes or no? Hey, I became my own electric customer. Let me show you how easy it was. That way you're training yourself. So when you're asking, well, how do I get better at ACN? The first thing I want you to do is become a customer of all majority of the services that ACN has to offer. So the first thing I did, like I told you, is I became an electric customer. I went through the process. I'm like, oh my God, that was so easy. I became a customer of TV service. I became my own cell phone customer. Once I saw how it was and how it worked, it trained myself so I can then go acquire other customers for other people. I was trained, right? I was practicing on myself, I like to call it too. The second thing is I built belief. By me becoming my own customer, I knew that, okay, my electric still stayed on, even though I became an electric customer, my cell phone still worked. I still had my same phone number since I've had it since 5th grade, meaning nothing changed for me. It built belief by becoming my own customer. So when I was talking to other people, I was talking with certainty. Hey, this works. Listen, I became my own customer. You should understand. And only, like I said, it only made sense to get paid on your own services. It's actually very, very simple. You want to get paid on your own services. If there's an opportunity for you to save a few bucks on your cell phone plan and make money on it, does not only make sense to switch and become your own customer, just like I did. Right. So make sure you become your own customer and start thinking like a business owner, meaning every single service that ACN markets, I became a customer of. Now let's talk about, how you can earn some, great bonuses. So if you take a look at the first thing is if you acquire 3 services and 7 points or 2 services and 12 points, it's $75. If you want to take a picture of this, take a picture of this, make it easy for you. 5 services and 10 points is $200, 8 services and 16 points is $400, 11 services and 22 points is $600. And then I like the word unlimited because for every 3 services and 6 points beyond that point, you can make unlimited $200. So think about all the people out there, and each service, like Monty said, is a bill. How many of you guys, show of hands, raise your hand if you guys don't mind, know at least 11 people that has a television or use internet? Could you agree? If you just refer 11 people for TV service, that's $600. I mean, that's simple as it is it not? Now they also most likely have electric. They most likely also have, so you can see how much money you can make literally in just upfront bonuses for helping people acquire customers that they're going to be, they're paying a bill to anyways. Now, you know, the first thing, call to action, the next 48 hours, here's what you want to do. First, become customer qualified today, you know, become CQ today. That way you get paid today. I just want to say, once you get customer qualified, it's Anthony on the call. Anthony's a broker for Central 21 out of PA. Guess what? He signed up in the business within his first handful of hours, literally became customer qualified. Right. And the second thing he did was had a Zoom meeting in his first 24 hours. Not only did he get customer qualified, but he had a Zoom meeting and he already made his first check. So could you agree Anthony's very, very successful, is very excited because he already made his first check and he literally followed the call to action his first 48 hours. So here's the beautiful thing. If you just do this part right here, you sign up in a business, get yourself customer qualified, just like you are today, get CQ, have a Zoom meeting, which the next speaker is going to talk about, right? The next speaker is going to talk about having a Zoom meeting. Once you do those two things, you will naturally earn your first check and you're on the way to earn the fast start bonus that he will actually talk about here in a second. So it's pretty exciting of what you can do in a very, very fast pace of time. Now, I know I've been saying points a lot. So here's, out of all the services, here are all the point values. The easiest thing to do is either screenshot this, take a picture, you know, it's very, very simple. So the first thing you want to do, if you take a look at ID theft protection, is very, very simple. If you, depending on the monthly plan, quarterly plan, or annual plan, you'll get 2, 4, 8 points. So depending on what plan you choose, that's one of the things you want. Electricity and gas, you get 1 to 2 points. Home security, 8 points. Wireless, 1 to 10 points. Credit card process, 6 points. And then obviously internet, television, 1 to 2 points and 2 to 5 points. And obviously we give an example of how you can become very, very lucrative. So let's say if you got home security, which is Vivint Home Security, if you look on the bottom right side, you get 8 points. I became a Vivint customer because I wanted to go through the process of me ordering the service because I wanted to see what my customers would experience. And then also when the people come out and do the install, I wanted them to know that experience as well. And the second thing is I also got identity theft protection as well. Right. And now you could do the quarterly plan right there. That's 4 points. That's 2 service, 12 points. Congratulations, you're customer qualified. Now you can do also a ID theft protection for a significant other or anybody, kids that are above 18, for a month-to-month plan. And then gas, electricity right there, 5 services, 10 points. That's $200. You just made $200 right there. Now the easiest services to go after, the most simplest services, are those right there: ID theft protection, Zoom Energy, cell phone service, and Vivint Home Security. Those 4 services are by far the most lucrative and the simplest. Once you, like, meaning I became a customer of those 4 services right away. Why? Because I got customer qualified. When I got Vivint Home Security, I saw how it worked. I got annual IDCO for myself. I became a customer of gas, electricity, and I switched over my cell phones. That was over 5 services right there, well over 10 points. And I already made $200 in my first 24 hours of the business. So the first thing I can share with you is become a customer of those 4 services today. That way you can earn your check right away. Meaning get customer qualified today. The faster you get customer qualified, the faster you start earning bonuses at the end of the day. Now, there's a crazy bonus that they're putting on this month. This has never happened before. This is unbelievable what they're doing. So if you're in an area, I mean, because you're on Zoom, you know people in all the deregulated markets. Now what they're saying is for every 5 electric customers you refer, you're going to get a $200 bonus unlimited, which is pretty awesome. So think about that for a second. You can refer as many electric customers on top of the other bonuses. What they're saying, if you're for 5 electric customers, you actually get a $200 bonus. That's pretty awesome, right? So, I mean, and we all know at least 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 people. Could you agree that use electricity? Yes or no? Now you can see right there, on top of earning the bonuses that I mentioned earlier, this is an addition to that. So they're actually paying you more money to actually acquire electric customers as well, which is really awesome, right? Which is great. Next also is, don't stop there. Make sure you get executive team leader done in your first 30 days. Once you hit this position, your first 30 days, this is what's pretty awesome. Anthony, which I mentioned earlier, in his first week and a half, he already hit the executive team leader position. And all that is 30 customers between your team. And here's what that means. You could earn a $700 bonus this month. So if you partnered up this month, there's a bonus on the table literally this month where you could make up to $700 minimum for hitting executive team leader. Could you agree that's very, very lucrative? Imagine you telling your people, hey, and not only did I sign up in a business, in my first week of business, I made $700. Could you agree that's powerful? So guys, in order for you to make $700 in your first week of business, you got to get qualified. You got to get customer qualified. 3 services, 7 points, or 2 services, 12 points minimum needs to get done today. Right. And the next thing is it creates your story, right? So if you become customer qualified in the next 24 hours, here's what happens. You literally created your story today, meaning you can now are able to tell people, hey, you know what? I got customer qualified in my 24 hours. So the people that are going to join your team are going to follow that. But more importantly, once you go executive team leader this month, you'll actually make a $700, $700 check. Now, could we all agree procrastination is a thief of opportunity? Meaning, I know we're humans. We like to procrastinate. Yes or no? That's usually what, humans do. Meaning, me in school, I always waited for the last night to do the project when it was due the next morning. I know I did that when I was in school. Here's what I can tell you. Please don't do something like that here. Get qualified today. Earn bonuses today. That way you can literally be on your way to becoming very, very, very successful in the opportunity. So first of all, get customer qualified today. So if there's anything you can do, you need customer qualified today. I want you to write in the chat. If you're any customer qualified today, write in the chat, I will be CQ today. Because here's why: becoming CQ today, reach out to the person that told you to come on the call after you partner up with them. And all you really got to do is get customer qualified. And once you become customer qualified, you start earning money on everything that's happening. So with that being said, guys, to sum it up, get customer qualified today so you can get paid today. Now, I'm going to get myself out of the way and introduce somebody that I have the utmost respect for. Javon, I love it. Bob CQ tonight. I love it. I love it. At the end of the day, here's what I want to do. Introduce somebody that's literally, is a master of this business. He's been doing this for, he's the one that was actually the customer of the bank. So remember I told you I used to work at a bank. He was actually the customer of the bank. I saw what he was making pretty much every single month. I'm like, man, I wonder what this guy does. I had inside access, right? I mean, I was working at the bank. I could see what everything was going on. And I was like, man, I wonder what this guy does. And it's crazy. He asked me a simple question: Harsh, do you look at other ways of making money? I said yes. And forever, this guy's not only changed my life, but thousands of other people's lives. This guy is what we call a senior vice president. He's at the top of the position, not once, but twice. Him and his brother have hit it twice. And they've been number one for the last 16 years in a row. Let that sink in for a second. Not one, not two, not three, 16 years in a row. They've been the number one senior vice presidents, all of ACN. So this guy is a master at building a team. I will suggest you record this, take notes, put your phone on airplane mode, get your recorders out if you can, record what he's about to show you, because let me tell you something, he has done it with multiple people and has made multiple people very, very successful in this opportunity, so that none other than top producing senior vice president, actually the number one senior vice president in all of ACN globally in 28 countries, 5 continents. Everybody knows this guy's name. That's none other than top producing senior vice president, Mr. Mike Mazer. Mike Mazer, calls all yours, sir.
Harsh, thank you for that kind introduction, guys. Just excited to be on the call tonight. And, Harsh, congratulations on your success. Not only did he hit ETL quickly, regional director, became a regional vice president. In his first year of regional vice president, he became a Circle of Champion members. That means he's the top 1% of all regional vice presidents, him and his organization last year. Congratulations, Harsh, on your success and continued. I know you're not done. I know you're going senior vice president, but guys, just excited to be on this call tonight. And first of which, I'd like to congratulate each and every one of you. For you being on this call tonight says a lot about you. It says, look, you want your ACN business to explode. You want to learn more about what you got into, and that was me. I got started in ACN. I've been in ACN 19 years. My background, I'm originally from Altoona, Pennsylvania. Anybody know where that is? That's a great city to leave. But, my background was selling cars and working hard. I don't know if anybody can relate. I lived paycheck to paycheck. And, my brother and I took a look at this opportunity 19 years ago. And, to me, it was a no-brainer because, look, you didn't have to convince me if people were going to use the internet. You didn't have to convince me that people are going to use gas and electricity and all the services that ACN marketed. My thing was, what do I need to do? What do I need to get good at to have success? And they said, get good at 2 things. Number one, getting a couple customers. Make sure you get a few customers. They said, if you don't get your 3 customers and you go out and build a team, you'll start missing money. I said, well, I'm not going to miss any money. I'm going to get my 3 customers right away. And those customers were me and mom and a couple friends, but I did it really quickly because I didn't want to miss any bonuses. The second thing they said to do is get good at putting people in front of the opportunity. I said, okay, I can do that. Now we didn't have Zoom. We had to invite people over to our living room. We had to do physical in-person meetings, meaning this technology didn't exist. And that's what my brother and I did is we invited people over to our living rooms. We met people in coffee shops and we showed the opportunity. And here's what we found. Some people said yes. Some people became customers and some people said no. And, today we've built an organization that's referred over 200,000 customers to ACN. We have tens of thousands of people on our team. We've built an organization that literally spans the whole globe of ACN. And, Harsh said that we're the #1 regional senior vice presidents. We have the #1 team in ACN. I'm nobody special. It's because of the team of people that we're able to attract to this business has allowed us to live a dream lifestyle and thousands of other people to live a residual lifestyle where, you work once and getting paid over and over again for it. And tonight I'm going to teach you how to build a team. But before I do that, I want to explain why you want to build a team. See, what ACN allows you to do to get leverage in your life. Now, I'll give you an example. When I worked on the car lot, I was leveraged 1-to-1, meaning if I didn't go to work, I didn't get paid. How many of you know that type of leverage? But ACN says you can go out and introduce this business to other people. They get involved in your business, which is their business. They get customers, which is their customers, but you're going to get a piece of them, and you can leverage your time over other people's efforts. As I started looking into this, J. Paul Getty was the first recorded billionaire in history. And here's what he said: I would rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts versus 100% of my own. See, that's how you amass wealth. They say to amass wealth, you got to have 3 things. Number 1, you have to own it. Can you agree? When you sign up in ACN, you're an independent representative. You own that position in ACN. My brother and I could sell our business right now if we wanted to. Imagine that. No overhead, no fixed costs, no employees. No matter what the economy does, they're going to cut you a check. Imagine what that could be worth. The second thing you have to have in business, you have to be able to, use the talents and abilities of other people. That's one thing that we did here. We got good at showing people the opportunity, and people made the decisions to do it. And here's what we found: a lot of people in all varying degrees of success joined our business. We had people that were a lot better at business than us. We had people that were more successful than us, that knew more people than us. But here's what excited me: they were in our team and they had their own team. So, we leveraged our time over their efforts. And the third thing, you have to have the ability to make money 24 hours a day. See, can you agree with me that when we use these, the cell phone industry is making money 24 hours a day? Electric and gas, we use 24 hours a day. So we have all those 3 components, here at ACN, and you can go as far as you want here. There's some people on the line, an extra $100 a month would really help them residually. There's other people on the line that probably say, if I could make $1,000 a month, if I could work real hard and make $1,000 a month residually, that would help out at home. How many of you an extra $1,000 a month coming in, whether you worked or not, how many of you that would pay some bills? And there's other people on this line that say, you know what? If you can do it, we can do it. And there's people that make a heck of a lot more than that, but it all comes down to the effort you put into it. Can we agree? Look, this ain't get rich quick. This is get rich. It's just going to take some time and some effort. So if you're here tonight thinking, hey, I'm going to spend about 5 minutes on this, and next thing you know, I'm going to be buying a Ferrari, you're completely mistaken here. Meaning it's going to take some time, some effort, but here's what you have: people that are willing to help you. See, that's one thing that I loved about this business, because the people above me, when I made money, they made money. So they were willing to help me do the presentation. They were willing to help me talk to people. They were willing to help me build a team. That doesn't exist in the real world. See, how many of you are business owners? Any business owners on the line tonight? Can we agree that your competition is not going to come help you? People that are in the same business hide secrets from one another. Why? Because I don't want any more competition. Here we share them. Here we want to help. But tonight I'm going to teach you how to build an organization, but you got to be coachable. Everybody say coachable. See, some of you didn't even say it, so you're not even coachable. Let's start it again. Everybody say coachable. Coachable. See, look, we want you to have success, but you got to be coachable to what we teach you. Now, the first thing you want to do is this. You want to understand what you can make in your first couple weeks in the business. And I have people on this line tonight you're going to hear from that hit this bonus within 3 or 4 days. So this is easy. You come into the business, you want to get yourself a few services. The goal is 5 services, and you want to do that ASAP. Well, I watch people come into ACN and they got good. They had a meeting and people joined their business, but they missed their first bonus because they didn't have any services. So you want to do that. The second thing we want to do is we want to schedule a Zoom presentation for you, just like we're doing right now. We want to schedule that for you. And our goal is to get a minimum of 2 people on your team. See, we do this, not only you're going to make $200 for the customers, make $100 for both of the people coming in, but ACN will give you an added bonus of a total of $925. Now think of this a second. You just started a business for $199. You attended a training, you got a couple customers, heck, you were your own customer, you had a Zoom, 2 people joined your business, and in your first couple weeks made $925. Can we agree that's a story? Can we agree that's an exciting story? See, you want to create a story. My first month in ACN, my brother and I put a bunch of people in front of it. We made a $2,100 bonus. For the last 19 years, I've told that story. And people say, well, what did you do? How did you make it? I said, well, first of all, I attended a training. Second of all, I just got coachable. I had a meeting, put people in front of it. Somebody else did the presentation, and we duplicated that in our first month. So you want to make sure that you get off to a fast start, because here's what you're going to find. People do as you do, not as you say. Can we agree? Look, if you sit around and say, hey, I started ACN, I'm going to put everything on the back burner for a while, and that 30 days comes and goes, and you don't make any money, it's going to be kind of hard to have a story. So you want to get off to a fast start. Now, next slide, please. The first thing you want to do is schedule your Zoom. Now, today is October the 5th. What I would do is schedule a Zoom for tomorrow evening. People say, well, tomorrow evening is kind of fast. No, it isn't, because think about it. I'm going to teach you how to get people that from your list to your Zoom. But if you don't schedule a Zoom, you start procrastination. And procrastination is what? The thief of opportunity. I've watched more people come on this, get excited, they didn't schedule their Zoom, and next thing you know, life gets in the way, and boom. Or they didn't schedule their Zoom, and when they wanted to schedule their Zoom, the person that was working with them didn't have any time slots available. So make sure that in this Wednesday or Thursday minimum, you have a Zoom. Now, why I would schedule my Zoom Wednesday? Because think of this. You schedule your Zoom this Wednesday, that's tomorrow. I'll show you how to get some people on your Zoom. Somebody else is going to do the presentation. You're going to have 3 types of people. You're going to have people that sign up. You're going to have people that want to become customers, and people that don't do anything. Now, understand the people can go to a training on Thursday. We're doing the same training on Thursday. So think about it. You schedule your Zoom tomorrow. You have some people on your Zoom. Somebody else does the presentation. The ones that sign up and are interested can attend a training Thursday. Heck, they're going to be having their Zoom Friday. Do you see how quickly you can move with Zoom technology? Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to make a list. This is extremely important, because every one of your customers and every one of your business partners are going to come off of that list. Now, when I took a look at this, my mentor's like, Mike, you need a list of a minimum 100 names. Well, here was my problem, is I figured I could get to maybe 30 or 40 people. And why? I put, friends, a couple coworkers, people that were family members, because here's what I started to do. I started to prejudge people. How many of you prejudge people? And you put them in categories like, well, they're too wealthy or too successful. See, here's what you're going to find. Are you ready? The ones you think will do this won't. And the ones that you think there's no way they'll do this will. How many of you already found that out? Now, I'm going to give you a tip of the people that you want to focus on, people that see this quickly, people that jump aboard, people that have a lot of success with us. First, people that own businesses. See, here's what I know. Business owners are entrepreneurs, yes or no? Business owners, look, I can't think of another business you can sign up. You can get started for $199. Like, it doesn't exist. So business owners see this, and you know what they say? Low overhead, low fixed cost, huge upside potential. I could put some people on a Zoom and start building my business around the world. So you want to put business owners. We find business owners are quick to make a decision. Look, when I looked at ACN, remember, I wasn't a business owner, but my brother Patrick was. So I remember we were sitting at the meeting that night, and he was the one getting started. I'm looking over at him going, well, I'm not going to let you get rich without me, because I didn't understand leverage. I didn't understand business ownership, but I signed up because he influenced me to sign up. I'm watching him do it. I did it too. So you want to make sure you invite business owners. Now, other thing, people with network marketing experience. This is huge. How many of you know some people? How many of you know companies that market this way, but they sell products? There's companies out there. How many of you heard of Mary Kay Cosmetics? See, Mary Kay Cosmetics, they sell cosmetics. They did 4 billion last year. But you know what? You got to go out and sell. There's other companies that sell cleaning products. There's other companies that sell all kinds of things. But here's what I find. When you show this business to someone that has experience in this industry, and here's what they see. I'm already using the services through the companies you represent. I only got to talk to somebody once and get paid over and over again. They come here and they bring teams of people with them. And I'll give you an example. We have a gentleman, Noah Branding. Let me tell you about Noah Branding. Noah Branding, engineer by trade. He did this on the side with another company, right? And he took a look at ACN and he was having success. But when he looked at ACN, here's what he saw. Boy, these guys have a lot of services. There's not limited to one state or one country. So, he got excited. He left his other company and he came here, but he brought his talents and his people with him. He went executive team leader, regional director, and regional vice president in record time. How many of you like to have somebody that signs up in your business and goes to regional vice president? How many of you be excited? You'd be like, oh my God, this is awesome. But you have to go after people that already had network marketing experience. Here's another, real estate professionals. Real estate professionals, they sell a home. Can we agree that when they sell that home, somebody gets electricity and somebody gets gas and somebody gets internet, all these things, and then everybody else. Look, you can't really look inside and see what's inside a person. Look, I wasn't a successful business owner. I was just hungry. I was hungry for an opportunity. I was hungry for a change. So you want to put everybody on that list and a minimum 100. And I know you can all do this because if I offered a challenge to everybody and I said, look, I'll give you $1,000 a name, but you got to put 100 names on a piece of paper. How many of you do it? How many of you get real creative? You'd be like mailman. Like, I don't know the mailman, but we sort of know one another, Amazon driver. You would be putting everybody on that list, right? Because here's why. You need 100 people. All your reps and all your customers will come from that list. Now, if you look at number 3, this is the secret to ACN. The person that puts the most people in front of this opportunity wins. How many of you like that? How many of you like that this has nothing to do with your skill set? It has nothing to do with your education or lack of education. It has nothing to do with the success you've had or never had. Look, it all comes down to who could put the most people in front of the opportunity. And I'll give you an example. We have a gentleman that just hit regional vice president. I think I seen him check in tonight. His name's JJ. JJ's out of the Virginia marketplace. JJ never did anything like this before. He came to a training like this and he made a decision, took great notes. He practiced the script. He did everything. He put 40 people on a Zoom. Now think about it. He put 40 people on a Zoom. Someone else did the presentation. A handful of people got started, but those handful of people saw 40 people on the Zoom. What did they do? They duplicated that. Today, he hit regional director and he hit it in record time because people do as we do, not as we say. Now, look, if you tell me you're excited about something and I come on your Zoom and there's 2 people there, how excited really are you? You only have 2 people here. Now, if I come on your Zoom and there's 10, 15, 20, or like JJ, 40 people on your Zoom, here's what I know. You're excited about this opportunity. And that's the secret to the business. Now, I'm going to teach you how to get people from your list to your Zoom. But before I do that, I want to point this out. Everybody sees you as you. How many of you know what I mean by that? Like, I'll give you an example. I sold cars. I have Toyotas. If I called you and said, hey, look, the new Toyota is this, you'd believe it. But I said, look, we're going to get rich in something. People are going to become skeptical, So we have a script that works, but you got to memorize the script. See, I looked at this script like it was my Academy Award winning line. They said, Mike, if you read this script to enough people and you get enough people in front of ACN, you could walk away from the car business. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So all I got to do is put a list together. I got to get really good at this script. I got to call those people up and read the script to them. And if they say yes, invite them to a presentation, I can potentially walk away from the car lot. I'm like, let me add it. Now, here's what I'm going to do. Take a picture of this, right? I would write it down. I would practice this. I'm going to do 2 things tonight. Number 1, I'm going to invite everybody on this Zoom. So I want you to hear how a good invite is. And the second thing is I'm going to teach you how to answer every question somebody might ask. Okay. So here we go. So let's say I called you up and I said, hey, it's Mike. Do you have a second? Do you look at other ways of making money? Now, when you ask a question, you do what? You wait for an answer, right? Now, when I ask that question, I'm going to get one of three types of answers. I'm going to get yes, I'm going to get no, or I'm going to get, what are you talking about? Can we agree they're the three types of answers you're going to get from that question? Let's talk about the no for a second. If someone says no to looking at other ways of making money, it's not your time to get that salesperson hat on and say, you know what do you mean you don't look at other ways of making money? What are you, crazy? We were talking. No. Respect people's no. If they say no, thank them and move on to the next person on your list. This is important because here's why. I talked people into coming to a meeting that weren't interested. And at the end of the meeting, they were the last person I wanted in the meeting, right? So remember, let me start over. I call you up. I said, hey, it's Mike. You got a second? I want to ask you a question. Do you look at other ways of making money? Yes. Now, well, here's where a little wrestling match in your mind's going to go, because from here to here, we're taught ask a question, give an answer. That's wrong here, right? You want to put in your why. Why are you looking at something outside of what you're already doing? So let me give you an example. I'll go back and invite you again. So, hey, it's Mike. Do you have a second? Great. Want to ask you a question. Do you look at other ways of making money? Yes. Man, I don't know if you know this, but I've been working on a car lot for 9 years and I'm not getting rich. But I started looking around at other things. I'm working with an individual who's having massive success. His name is Harsh Patel. And he's going to be doing a Zoom for me tomorrow night, Wednesday at 6 p.m. And I can invite a handful of people to him. It'll be about 15 minutes. And he's going to show us how he's having success. Now, can we agree? Simple. What did I do? I asked if they looked at other ways of making money. I shared my why, and I edified the speaker, Harsh Patel, Regional Vice President. And I promoted the Zoom call. Told him it was 15 minutes, going to be a Zoom call. Now, you're going to find that people say yes to that, but can we agree? People are going to have questions, yes or no? See, people are going to have questions like, well, can you give me more information? Or what's the name of the company? Or is it going to cost me any money? Look, all those questions mean people are interested. People only ask questions if they're interested. Now, here's where you take away their interest when you answer their question. See, I'll give you an example. If you ask me a question like, can you give me more information? I'd be like, look, that's a great question. I don't know all the details, but here's what I do know. The company deals in services. The gentleman's name's Harsh Patel, and he's having massive success. And based on his success, I want to hear what he has to say tomorrow at 6 p.m. How about you? And let's say they ask me another question like, what's the name of the company? Or can you give me more information? I say, man, that's another great question. I don't have all the details, but here's what I do know. The company deals in services. The gentleman's name's Harsh Patel, and he's having massive success. And based on his success, I want to hear what he has to say. How about you? See, how many of you are catching that I'm not going to get into exactly what it is? Why? Because you'll become skeptical because you don't know me as somebody that's having success in the service industry. You know me as Michael that used to sell cars and deliver pizza, right? Because remember, people see you as you, but you just got to master the script. Now, here's my advice. The person that put you on this Zoom call, practice with them. And you think, well, you know, no, practice. If you get this script right and you call enough people, I promise you can have success here in ACN, because here's why. It's a numbers game. And numbers never lie. Now, with that being said, next slide, please. If they have questions, we covered that. Be new. Talk about the person, not the thing, right? It's really simple. Essential services, three-way call, edify the speaker. You know, even to this day, people ask me, you know, I live in Dallas, Texas, and I moved to Dallas, Texas. Now, I didn't have a list of people in Dallas. I'd never been here before in my life. So when I moved here, you know, I was like, okay, I just went out and met people, and people would talk to me and then tell it what they do. And eventually they'd be like, well, what do you do? I'd say, look, I just moved to Dallas to work with someone named Monica Bernardino. Give you a little background on her. She's bringing something to Texas never been done before. And then I'd be like, do you look at other ways of making money? We go, well, yeah, sure. I'm like, great. Have you ever used Zoom? Fantastic. I'd like to put you and Monica on a Zoom. Can you give me more information? Yeah, her name's Monica. Can you tell me what it's all about? It's about 15 minutes. It's a Zoom. And all I'm doing is I'm bringing people over so they can see the business the way we did. So they can get enough information to make a decision. Now, next slide. Next slide. Okay. You want to schedule your meeting within the next 24 to 48 hours. Now, here's what I do know. If you don't schedule your meeting in the next 24 and 48 hours, you're pushing off your success of your business. You're pushing off your story. You're saying, look, I don't want to tell anybody I made money in my first 2 weeks. Why? Because you won't, because you're procrastinating on launching your business. So here's what I do know. We're the #1 team in ACN. That means the people on this team are some of the best coaches, are some of the best presenters, are some of the best trainers in all of ACN. We've been #1 for 15 years. So you want to keep their attention by saying, hey, look, I'm going to schedule a Zoom tomorrow at 6 p.m. because I want to take those people to the Zoom on Thursday, the training. Now, next slide. Mindsets and events. Look, I needed this part of the training because when I started ACN, I never did anything like this before. How many of you can relate to that? How many of you this is the first time you've tried or ever done anything like this before? And here's what I had to realize, that I was a sorter, not a seller. I'm not selling people to come take a look at the opportunity. I'm sorting. See, sorting is fun and convincing is draining. Be a professional, listen, sort, and move on. See, here's the reality of your list. Some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting next. Look, people today are looking. I've been doing ACN 19 years. How many of you remember 2006 and 2007 when the economy changed? How many of you remember the economy went sideways? We had some of the biggest years ever because people were open to other ways of making money. And we're seeing the same thing today with what's going on in the world. See, I got doctors doing this. I got lawyers. I was on the phone with a lawyer today. And he's like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to practice law the way I want to practice law. So he goes, I need to look at other ways of making money. Now, look, can we agree someone like that is successful with most people? And today I'm seeing people join our business that are professional, that are successful already. They're looking to do something that's recession proof. And that's what we are. Can we agree no matter what happens to the economy, we're going to pay this? How many of you agree the internet? We're going to use that. How many agree the lights are important? All these things, right? But you become a professional sorter. Next slide. Now, here's what I loved about ACN. It was an even playing field. And can we agree, it's not an even playing field out there? See, look, the company's the same for everybody. See, I loved ACN. See, ACN didn't say, well, based on your education, we're going to start you here, or based on your experience, we're going to start you here. You know what ACN said? Equal is as equal does. They said, we're looking for senior vice presidents. We're looking for people to go up the marketing plan. They don't care your background. They don't care your ethnicity. They don't care any of those things. The company's the same for everybody. See, look, there's people on this Zoom that are making life-changing money. There's people on this Zoom that are making tens of thousands of dollars a month. There's people on the Zoom making thousands of dollars a month. And there's people on the Zoom that haven't made $1 yet, but the company's the same. It's the same for everybody. What's the difference? The people. Now, the second thing is the services. Listen, I can't think of anything we all use. Think about it. Think about the cell phone for a minute. How many of you have misplaced your cell phone? Well, let me back up a second. Imagine this. Imagine how many of this has happened to, where you got up late, you're running late. You got to get the kids going. You're running late. You're behind. You get everything moving in the right direction. You get everybody in the car, and you're 1, 2, 3 miles away from your house, and you forget where's my cell phone? How many of you that just gives you anxiety? How many of you turn around and make yourself later? Look, we can't live without this stuff. How many of you get anxiety? How many of you, when you lose your cell phone, you're like, everybody stop, call me, text me. I need to find my cell phone. Think about electricity. Boy, I live in Dallas, Texas. I can't imagine not having air conditioning. I can't imagine anybody in Texas imagines not having air conditioning. Look, these are the services that we market. The last part of this is you. See, here's where I didn't like this slide, because it was about me. I had to put the time, I had to put the effort in. Look, if this wasn't get rich quick, it was get rich, but I had to go out and do something. I had to work on myself. I read books, meaning I attended trainings. Look, there wasn't a training. When I got started, Zoom didn't exist. I remember my first training. I'm from Altoona, Pennsylvania. I had to drive to Columbus, Ohio. It's 170 miles one way. And I was there every Saturday. You know why? Because I had to invest in me, because I wanted something to change. I realized I wasn't going to have success if I didn't know what the successful people were doing. But here's what I loved about ACN. They were telling me, All I had to do was copy. Think about that a second. Boy, if I could have copied, I could have graduated college. Why? Because I had to sat next to the smart person and said, write real big. Look, in this business, you can copy your way to the top. How many of you are excited about that? Now, next slide. Invest in you. Spend times on these trainings. Look, there's 4 steps to ACN. Number 1, attend a quick start training. Doing that, right? You're here. You want to get off of this and do 2 things. 1, get CQ, get qualified. You can do that. The person puts you on here. You got to get CQ, because here's why. If you don't, you'll miss money. I've had people that said, hey, you know what? I'm going to put off the customers. I'm going to have my meeting. And, 2 people signed up. They're like, how much did I make? I'm like, you missed your bonus. Why? Because you didn't get customers. You got to get a couple customers, right? And then host a PBZ. We have Friday night leadership. This is for the next level. How many of you want to learn the marketing plan? Like, how many of you want to know the potential here, right? You got to get yourself to Friday night leadership. How many of you want to hear stories of people that are having success? On last Friday night leadership, we promoted 2 regional directors, 2 people that had no background in this, started putting people in front of it in 5 months, 6 months. They were regional directors. And you get to hear their stories, and you're going to hear story after story after story with people that are just having success, that have similar backgrounds as you. And the last thing is attend the Dallas event. So we just came off event from California. Last week we were in California. We had, hundreds of people there. It was a great event. The co-founder of ACN was there, was training us. I mean, I was sitting front row taking notes. Number 1, we have all these things, because here's what I find about big events. How many of you learned something tonight? Let me see a show of hands. I want to get to the gallery here. How many of you learned a little bit tonight, right? Imagine if we spent a whole day together of focused. Can we agree that that could put your learning ahead of everybody else? Yes or no? See, here's what I realized. The people that were senior vice presidents in ACN when I got started, they were no different than me. Meaning we have the same, we're all the same, but they knew something that I didn't know. And once I knew what they knew, all of a sudden I became them. Now, here's what I want to do is highlight some champions tonight. We have this lady, Ching. Where's Ching at? Ching, she's remarkable. She came into the business. I don't want to tell her whole story. I'm going to let her tell it. But Ching came into the business, no background in this, right? She got in, started putting people in front of this right away, hit executive team leader extremely quickly. And then she got serious and attended the event in Southern California last week. Since she's left the event, she's already put 3 IBOs in the business. She's having massive success. And Ching, I don't know if we can find Ching here to put her up real quick. There she is.
Yes,
Ching,
I'm here.
Hey, so excited. Ching and I met for the first time in Southern California. Like, we met on Zoom before, but we got to meet the first time. And Ching, maybe just share a little bit about your background and how many reps of customers, but what that event did for you and what you're going to do with the Dallas event on November 13th. Zoom's all yours.
Sure. Yes. So I was pushed to go to California event last weekend by Monica. We were fighting. We were like cat and dog. But she's my angel. She's my angel. And I went there last minute. But one thing for sure, me and my husband, we are going to do this business with ACN. After that event in California, it was just it's an eye opener for us. Like, there's so much opportunity in this business. That's what we did. I'm a life insurance agent and I have my own team here in Washington. I'm from Washington State. So, but I am doing this on top of my business because I can see the opportunity, that togetherness, like a family. It's so awesome. I loved it. But you can count on the whole team for help if you need it. So I'm hearing about the their experiences, and like if there's ups and downs, both failures and victories, but that really motivates me and my husband. I know that my husband was saying that a language barrier, but I was like, you know what? If they're not gonna understand me in my English, then they will understand my Tagalog, because I'm so I try my best, but I am in this. So if you guys are new in this business, if you're new, please go to the one in Dallas, Texas. It is just, it's totally changed your whole perspective in ACN. It's so good. It will motivate you to do it. So thank you.
Ching, congratulations. You know, how long have you been ACN? How many reps and customers do you have right now? Do you know?
I have 24. I have 24 people, I think.
24 people that have in what, but I think probably 200 customers now or more.
I'm not sure. I remember I stopped. That's why me and Monica was fighting, because I became an ETL within 2 weeks, and then I went on vacation in Arizona for the third week. I just started in September 1, and then I went on vacation. Then when I came back from vacation, which was my 4th week, me and Monica was just like fighting, because I just wanted to stop because it was just overwhelming. But when the live event, she was pushing me like, if you go there, and if you go there and you don't like it, don't talk to me ever again. But you know what? She's my angel. I love her to pieces. So
congratulations. You've been in September 1. Now look, how many of you that are watching this Zoom tonight would love to have Ching on your team? How many of you that signed up September 1 and has 24 IBOs and a couple hundred customers right now? Think about that. How many of you'd like to have a Ching on your team? But here's what I do know. Now she's exploding because she went to the event. She caught the vision of the company. She understands exactly how to do it, and they're able to run faster together. So congratulations, Ching. Thank you for participating on tonight's call. Let's give Ching a hand, everyone. Let's give Ching a hand. Congratulations. Because I know public speaking sometimes can be very nerve-wracking. So congratulations, Ching. Proud of you. You did great. You did great. Next, we have a gentleman. This guy's out of the Florida marketplace. And you want to talk about somebody that came into this. He went to an event and exploded his business. He's literally knocking on the door of regional director. I can't wait to promote him. And that's executive team leader, Mr. Al Bellington. Al, first of all, thank you for being on this Zoom. Congratulations on your success. And maybe you could tell people on the importance and what the event did for you and where your business is today because of it. I'll throw it to you.
Great. Well, first and foremost, let's talk about the events. I've been to about 6 now. And the best part about it is every time I go to one, it gets better. I learn more. I meet more people. I get the kind of training you can't get on Zoom. You get to eat breakfast and lunch and dinner with people. And you really see how the people care, and it gives you more octane in your tank. Now, I've been in the business since February, and since we got to Costa Mesa, it looks like I have 11 business partners in since we got there, and couldn't have done it without all the help and support of all these people on our team. But so right now I've got almost 400 customers, so I'm getting real close to regional director. And like I said, every time I go to an event, I get a lot closer, not a little. So I would recommend to anybody to come and see me in Dallas, and you can shake my hand and thank me for if I helped you get there, because the same way Ching said about Monica, well, you'll be saying the same thing about anybody else who can get you to this event. We'll see you in Texas. Thanks for the time, Mike.
Yeah, congratulations. Thank you for participating on this call, but everybody catch that. So he was in Costa Mesa, and what he learned in Costa Mesa on Saturday, what's it, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, today's Tuesday evening, 11 new people joined his business based on what he's learned. He's knocking on the door of regional director. Why? Because he got the information. He caught the vision. Congratulations, Al. I can't wait to promote you regional director in Dallas, Texas, my friend. Congratulations. And next, I'd like to bring up an individual who is a regional director, Mr. Jovan Dudley. This guy breaking records with ACN. He's a phenomenal leader with us. Went to the event and, took people with him, and he's having success. And Jovan, maybe you could give everybody a little background and how many reps and customers you got. But, what did the event do for you? I'll throw it to you.
Absolutely, Mike. Thank you for having me on the call. It's very special to be here. And guys, just so we're not strangers, my name is Jovan Dudley. I've been in the telecom industry for years. And one thing I noticed is that I was never getting paid on bills. Like I was getting paid one time and one time only. So I got started right away. I saw this business a short period of time ago. And like you mentioned, in the first 2 weeks, I made $700. And once I realized I could do that part-time and it cracks my schedule, I kept doing it. And fast forward to today, the team is close to 200 business partners with over 1,200 customers that my team and I get paid on each and every single month. And that would not be possible, I would tell you, without the training support, but without these events. I mean, when I went to my first event, I saw people that looked like me, that didn't look like me, that had different backgrounds, same backgrounds, different career paths, tall, short, didn't matter, right? But they were all having what? They were all having success. And I realized that once I saw that they were having success, I knew that I could do it as well. So that event propelled me into regional director. And because of that, it's propelling other people to go to the same exact level. And we just came from Costa Mesa. We flew across the country to Costa Mesa and we met the co-founders. Like I worked in the industry for years where I never met a single co-founder, right? I met these co-founders in my first month in the business and met other people that were senior vice presidents, regional vice presidents. So many people have success, and guess what they wanted to do? They want to help me have success. Like they gave me their golden nuggets. Like Mike, when I first met you, you told me the 3 things I need to do. You said, bring coachability, have a work ethic, and have a reason why. And that stuck with me to this day. And that's where I'm at today because of that. And the team is having success because of the event. I mean, every day since the event in Costa Mesa, we've added a new business partner to the team. And it's just so exciting because the team is fired up. And we just can't wait for Dallas. November 13th, I'm going to see all you guys at the biggest ACN event of the year, November 13th, Dallas, Texas. Mark your calendar. See you there.
Bro, I can't wait to see you there. Congratulations. Thank you for participating in this. And congratulations on all your success. You know, how many of you caught? It was the event that he caught the vision. It was the event that he learned the specialized knowledge. It was the event that propelled him from executive team leader to regional director. So congratulations. So guys, look, I'm going to leave you with a couple things. Number one, I'm going to leave you with a quote from this book. I've read this book probably 20 times right now. I'm on my 21st time through it. But you know, when you're inviting, understand that not everybody's going to want to join your business. Can we agree? The people that say no are going to be your customers. I got all my customers from people that say no. But I want to read you a quote. And this is out of Think and Grow Rich. It says, the majority of people who fail to accumulate money sufficient for their needs are generally easily influenced by the opinions of others. They permit the newspaper, the gossiping neighbors to do their thinking for them. Opinions are the cheapest commodities on earth. Everyone has a flock of opinions ready to be wished upon anyone who will accept them. If you're influenced by opinions, when you reach destinations, when we reach decisions, you will not succeed in any undertaking, much less in transmutating your own desire into money. If you're influenced by the opinions of others, you will have no desire of your own. Now, why did I read that to you? Because here's why. Not everybody that I was hanging around with that was my close friends would even come and take a look at ACN. You know, they just wanted to complain about where they are. See, I was going somewhere else with my brother. I realized this was our way out, you know, and when people called me and said, hey, it wasn't for them, I thanked them for just taking a look. I asked them to meet my customer and I moved on to the next person. And here's what I found. We found amazing people. There's people like Michael Eric. He's about to go regional director. He's come into our business. We have Jovan Dudley, if you heard from, Andre Bell. I mean, there's all types of people. Harsh Patel, Al Bellington, all these individuals, Mike President, all these individuals were successful, came into this business and exploded it. But remember, you got to do 2 things. Number one, get yourself qualified. Get yourself in a position to make money, right? They call it CQ, qualified to make money. If you don't have any customers, you need to get a couple customers ASAP. The second thing is schedule your Zoom. See, here's what I do know. Some of you guys are going to get off there. Some of you guys are texting the people that you're working with right now saying tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Why? I want to get some people in front of this so they can go to the training on Thursday like I am tonight. Right? They're the people that I want to get to know. They're the people that I want to talk to. I'm going to do one thing right here. All right. I'm going to put my cell phone number on here. And here's what I want you to do. Take it down. If you have a question, give me a call personally. I'm looking for people. If you want to put 20 people on your Zoom, I'll personally show up and talk to everybody that you got. And how many of you are thinking of people that are very successful? I'd love to talk to them. We don't know each other now. That's my cell phone number. That's this number right now. We don't know each other now, but we make 50 grand together in the next 12 months. Can we agree we'll all be friends? Yes or no? I'm looking for people that want to have big success in this business. So, hey, schedule your Zoom, get yourself qualified, send a text message to the person you're working with, tell them when you want to do your Zoom, when you want to have your grand opening, and looking forward to helping each and every one of you achieve your dreams. I hope I served you well tonight. God bless and take care. And that concludes the training. Everybody have an amazing night. God bless and take care. See you, everyone.